Today is March 4, 2024. Our reflection is entitled Challenge of True Belief, Embracing Unexpected Paths. First reading, 2 Kings chapter 5, verses 1 to 15 AB. Naaman, the army commander of the king of Aram, was highly esteemed and respected by his master, for through him the Lord had brought victory to Aram. But valiant as he was, the man was a leper. Now the Arameans had captured in a raid on the land of Israel a little girl, who became the servant of Naaman's wife. "If only my master would present himself to the prophet in Samaria," she said to her mistress, "he would cure him of his leprosy." Naaman went and told his lord just what the slave girl from the land of Israel had said. "Go," said the king of Aram. "I will send along a letter to the king of Israel." So Naaman set out, taking along 10 silver talents, 6,000 gold pieces, and 10 festal garments. To the king of Israel he brought the letter, which read, "With this letter I am sending my servant Naaman to you, that you may cure him of his leprosy." When he read the letter, the king of Israel tore his garments and exclaimed, "Am I a God with power over life and death, that this man should send someone to me to be cured of leprosy? Take note, you can see he is only looking for a quarrel with me." When Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his garments, he sent word to the king, "Why have you torn your garments? Let him come to me and find out that there is a prophet in Israel." Naaman came with his horses and chariots and stopped at the door of Elisha's house. The prophet sent him the message, "Go and wash 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will heal, and you will be clean." But Naaman went away angry, saying, "I thought that he would surely come out and stand there to invoke the Lord his God, and would move his hand over the spot, and thus cure the leprosy. Are not the rivers of Damascus, the Abana and the Pharpar, better than all the waters of Israel? Could I not wash in them and be cleansed?" With this, he turned about in anger and left. But his servants came up and reasoned with him. "My father," they said, "if the prophet had told you to do something extraordinary, would you not have done it? All the more now, since he said to you, 'Wash and be clean,' should you do as he said." So Naaman went down and plunged into the Jordan 7 times at the word of the man of God. His flesh became again like the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. He returned with his whole retinue to the man of God. On his arrival he stood before him and said, "Now I know that there is no God in all the earth, except in Israel." Gospel. Luke chapter 4, verses 24 to 30. Jesus said to the people in the synagogue at Nazareth, "Amen, I say to you, no prophet is accepted in his own native place. Indeed, I tell you, there were many widows in Israel in the days of Elijah when the sky was closed for 3.5 years and a severe famine spread over the entire land. It was to none of these that Elijah was sent, but only to a widow in Zarephath in the land of Sidon. Again, there were many lepers in Israel during the time of Elisha the prophet. Yet not one of them was cleansed, but only Naaman the Syrian." When the people in the synagogue heard this, they were all filled with fury. They rose up, drove him out of the town, and led him to the brow of the hill on which their town had been built, to hurl him down headlong. But he passed through the midst of them and went away. Today's readings confront us with the challenge of true belief and the unexpected paths it often entails. In the story of Naaman, we encounter a powerful military commander afflicted with leprosy. Despite his status and influence, Naaman's healing comes not through grand gestures or displays of power, but through humble obedience to the instructions of the prophet Elisha. Through his journey of faith, Naaman learns the profound lesson that true healing and redemption often come through humility and submission to God's will. The Gospel presents a similar theme of unexpected paths to belief. Jesus faces rejection in his hometown of Nazareth when he challenges the people's preconceived notions of who the Messiah should be. Despite witnessing his miracles and hearing his teachings, they refuse to accept him, prompting Jesus to lament, "No prophet is accepted in his own native place." The people's lack of faith serves as a poignant reminder that true belief requires openness and receptivity to the unexpected ways in which God works in our lives. In summary, today's readings invite us to reflect on the nature of true belief and the challenges it poses. Like Naaman and the people of Nazareth, we are called to examine our own hearts and attitudes, recognizing that God's plans often diverge from our own expectations. True belief requires humility, openness, and a willingness to embrace the unexpected paths that lead us closer to God. Today, I will reflect on the areas of my life where I may be resistant to God's unexpected paths. I will examine any preconceived notions or expectations I may hold about how God should work in my life, and I will surrender them to His divine will. Like Naaman, I will strive to approach God with humility and obedience, trusting that His ways are higher than my own. If you found this video meaningful, I invite you to show your support by hitting the like, subscribe and share button, as this will help us reach more people with these reflections. Together, we can create a community that seeks wisdom and spiritual growth.